To Just in the Kitchen with me, your host, Justine. It is winter and we're kind of burrowing in. We're eating comfort food. We're just being lazy here. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but the lack of light, I'm like so lazy. I just don't want to do anything. So I have been cooking, but I haven't been videotaping anything. Obviously, I've been eating. So I thought I would start with a Chocoflan. This Chocoflan is delicious. It's a flan and a cake, and it's combined in a bundt pan. It couldn't be easier. I use my homemade caramel, but you can use one that you buy from the store. It is delicious. I made it for the Cinco de Mayo boxing party we had, and oh my gosh, there was hardly any left. I don't think there was any left. It went over so well. And I do different versions of this. I'll do a lemon blueberry, or I will do spiced pumpkin for the holidays with caramel. That's very good. With the blueberry, I'll do a blueberry in place of a blueberry sauce in place of the caramel. So it really, however your mind can go, infinite possibilities. I do make my own cakes, but for you guys, I'm going to show you how to do it with a box cake, because that is just the easiest way to do it. So let's get to the ingredients. I have my boxed cake mix right here. And then we have water, oil, granulated espresso, 6 eggs, and I've separated them in 2, so 3 and 3. I have cream cheese, I have vanilla, evaporated milk, and condensed milk. Now, condensed milk is completely different than what evaporated milk is. Condensed milk is sweetened, and it's obviously condensed, cooked down. The evaporated milk is cooked down with some of the liquid taken out, and then we have caramel. And like I said, I use my caramel, but you can buy any type of caramel or dulce de leche, which comes over by the evaporated milk and the condensed milk, so you can get that. So, easy peasy. We're going to make the cake mix. Very easy. I add the granulated to give it more oomph. This is like a chocolate fudge mix. Then you add oil. No, that would be you add water. You add oil, and you add 3 eggs. Now we're all done mixing. What is that? 2 minutes of mixing. Now we're going to start with the flan part. Now, usually flan is much more difficult than this, but this is an easy flan recipe. You take in 3 eggs, and I have forgotten to put in the eggs before, and you will get slurp, just to let you know. Make sure your cream cheese is softened. I softened it overnight. Then you put the evaporated. See how easy that poured in? Let me show you the condensed. Let me show you how thick the condensed is. See? Lots of sugar in that. Now you want to make sure you get this very smooth. You don't want your flan to be lumpy. And flan is like a custard. It comes from the Spanish, Latin American is the kind of origin of flan. And they make their sauce. They just go down caramel. It's very easy to make it this way though. Look, I just pulse. Look in. Make sure you get everything scraped down, just in case any of the little cream cheese wants to sit on the side. The cream cheese is the cheat here. Usually it's just eggs, and it's a custard, so it's eggs and cream, and there isn't cream cheese, but the cream cheese is the cheat. And I've had flan before. I've made flan before. I've made a pineapple flan. Very good. there we go. I think it's all done. Looks all nice and smooth. Be careful, you don't want to froth this. You don't want it frothy, and that's not what you want. You just want it mixed so it's creamy. Now, what I did was I took a bundt pan and I just sprayed it with a lot of baker's butter. It's harder to get in all the cracks and crevices, and you want to make sure that this cake does come out. All right, then you put the caramel in. And you spread it around. This makes it so good. You is good, you is kind, and you is important. Chocoflan. Then you put in the chocolate cake. Just pour it in, pour it around. Try not to mess up your flan. Oops. Ha. Just pour it around evenly. And you can always take your spatula and smooth it out. Because I'm filming myself, I can't get any close up on what I'm about to do. And it will, you just want to pour it in on top. And what will happen, it'll look like it'll mix together, and it may, but try to do it gently. It doesn't matter. I mean, it may mix up a little bit, but that's okay because the cake will come up on the top and the flan will go to the bottom. So, but I do try to pour it gently because I don't want it to, you know, become a mix. Does that make sense? It will go down on the bottom. And the cake will be up on the top when it bakes. So you pour that in there, then you cover it with foil. And this is a bundt pan. You don't want to do it in an angel food pan because everything would leak out. An angel food pan is round, and the center, it has a tube and it lifts out. So what will end up happening is your goodies will leak out the bottom. All right, so you don't want to do that. What I'm going to do is I am going to set this in the oven, pour water in here, so it's about an inch, maybe 2 inches, up the side, and it's called a bain-marie. It's hot water. It will cook. It'll help steam the cake, so it makes it creamier, the flan, and then the cake part is richer. It's a moister, thicker cake. It's not light and airy. It's a thick, sturdy cake. All right, so I will put this in the bain-marie in the oven and cook it, and we'll be back in 2 hours, 2 hours and 10 minutes, because you've got to cook it for about an hour and 10 minutes. And then you have to check to make sure that it's firm. The toothpick doesn't always work on this one, so just make sure your cake is firm. Take it out of the bain-marie, you let it sit for an hour to cool, and then I like to put it in the refrigerator and flip it over, but I'm making this for someone, so I might not have that luxury of time. Hi, the cake is done. I put it to cool for a little bit. So now, all I have to do is flip it. See, look at the caramel. Look how good that looks. Oh, I would taste it, but I'm sending it to somebody. The caramel tastes good. So I have tasted this. Anybody that's tasted this, please put a comment in the bottom. Tell them how good it is. It is delicious. For all recipes and more, go to www.justinthekitchen.com. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Click the button in the bottom. Make a comment if you've had this cake before. See you soon. God bless.